Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. As you can see, I have my co host Booger behind me. Booger, Booger, Booger Queen is sitting on the bed, relaxing, but she's being my co host. And I want to sit down and react to a video made by Sunburst Tarot. So, this video is a little bit different than the rest because it has to do with not any relationships that Chantal has ongoing, but the future of her channel and her content. What are Chantal's plans? What does she plan to do with her channel? Does she have any plans to make the content better? And if so, what is she going to do after that? You guys are going to see in the tarot react, and I'm going to add my thoughts as well. Before we get into that, though, I would like to give my thoughts about the whole thing. So, girl world has changed a lot over the years, and so has Chantal. I remember back in the day when Chantal cared a lot about her content on YouTube, how she was very focused on finding different story arcs and anything at all to keep us interested. And she just kind of fell off from doing that. And why is that, you ask? Well, I feel the answer is in her secondary income. You guys know what I'm talking about, the Foodie content. I believe that she amassed a client list of people who are her feedies. She started getting money from them. And so the more money she got from the feedies, the less she wanted to focus on YouTube. So the secondary income is her main hustle now. And YouTube is just the secondary income that she uses to attract more people to her channel. Also, I feel like there's also an emphasis on the add-ons to her YouTube channel, meaning promoting Cameo, promoting her merch store, anything else she could think about. It's she doesn't do content anymore. It's just an infomercial to advertise all the other stuff is going on. And what has that led to? It's led to her content just absolutely sucking bad. And what has that led to? A lot of people in the community saying the same thing. I'm no longer interested in Chantal. I am bored of Chantal. I'm bored of her content. And a lot of people are turning away. And what's even worse is even reactors turning away. They're either not reacting to her at all or as much or very little. I'm sure you guys have noticed. It used to be where every time Chantal went live, people all over were covering her. Now, not so much. But you guys are going to see the future is Shantopoulos and maybe what Chantal has on her mind in regards to that. And for those of you that don't know about Sunburst Tarot, I encourage you to check out the link down below to the original video, which leads back to her channel and all of her wonderful content. And you guys can check her out, give her a like, give her a sub, leave her a comment, and tell her how much you enjoy her doing this content on Foodie Beauty. So with that said, how about we just get into it and see what's being said? And I'll give my thoughts. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. Let me just blow this up. First, make sure that the volume is up properly. I'll make sure I'm loud enough. Good. Okay. And here we go, y'all.
Look at here today is Shantopoulos. What is the future of Shantopoulos? Is it crumbling down forever? Will someone new come in and take us all away? Or will things be changing with Miss Chantal? So we're going to take a look into it. Also, what's kind of the future just for Girl World? I've seen a lot of people stepping away on Twitter. Uh, I'm not seeing her content really show up in my YouTube feed.
Nope. And that's a bad sign. I know that Chantal is all over YouTube. She's all over Twitter. She's got sock accounts everywhere, and she's been outed for those sock accounts. So I'm pretty sure that she's seen the comments left by a lot of people, and the amount of comments that people are leaving are increasing. Everybody's saying the same thing. She's boring. Her content is boring. I can no longer watch. Or they can be gone for 3 days and come back and not have missed a doggone thing. That's a bad sign for her and her channel.
Whether it was her channel or even other people's channels. No one's really covering her. People are finding her boring. There's a lot of weird stuff going on online where no one really wants to cover her. Not even Twitter clips, not even her mukbangs, not even her lives. And maybe that's what Chantal, asshole, really wants.
I'm sorry. Her nickname for Chantal. I love it.
Out of this. So, without further ado, a quick reminder before I get into it. Remember, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so.
One moment. Okay, let's keep going.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I just want to get the general energy kind of going with girl world right now. What is kind of the general sentiment kind of going on right now? The Hierophant reversed, lack of commitment, walking away, divorce.
Yeah. In the live reading I just did, the breakup card did come up. Chantal, I think the girl world is breaking up with you. We're breaking up with you, Chantal. I know you don't want to acknowledge it. I know that you are rolling with the thought that you could just be as boring as you want to be, as long as you want to be boring, and girl world will always be waiting for you. They'll always be around, but in your case, there's a danger with the breakup. You need people to cover you. You need people to react to you. You need that attention. And yet you're arrogant. You think that we're going to wait around for you? Do you think we're going to put up with 6 more months of boring content? The more boring you are, and the longer that this goes on, the more you're opening a great big door for people who are reacting to you or even people watching you to say, you know, I know that there are more entertaining channels out there. Let me go find them. So audience members can go find more entertaining channels. Reactors can find other people to react to or even not react to, just other things to do. So the door is open. The door is certainly open. And this whole relationship that you've had with Girl World, it is fizzling out. It's no longer fun. It's no longer interesting. And even if you go back to Canada, you may find that if you go back at some point and you try to get things started, you may find yourself with nobody reacting to you just because we've all moved on from you.
Divorcing from this situation. Why? Because it's time to end.
Yep.
Girl world, Shantopolis, it's time to end. We're done. It's the end of something. It's a death and renewal or a death and rebirth. Starts.
Yep. In every story, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. And I feel like we've reached the end of the story. It's taken 8 years to get there, but we're near the end. I mean, does anybody out there really anticipate anything exciting happen or anything new? Because I'm not. Even if Chantal goes back to Canada, I'm really not seeing like this great big splash of she's going to do something new. She's going to do something unexpected. I think she's going to try to do the same old thing. And the problem with that is it's a shock to the system and it's surprising when it's new. But if you try to do the same things over and over again, it's not as new. It's not as exciting. It's not as just a splash of cold water to the face. It's like, we've been here, we've done this, we've heard this. You know what I mean? It's just once you've experienced it one time, the second time doesn't hit quite as hard.
Something new. Because from a material sense right now, the Justice card reversed. There's nothing going on.
Nope.
There's lies, sure there's deceit, sure there's legal shit going on all over the place. There's people getting away with things. There's shady things going on behind the scenes with people, places, and or things. People just don't want to be involved with it anymore. People don't want to be worried about what they say someone's going to get sued or someone's going to be doxxed or the such. People are also kind of just done and over with it. There's not a lot of money to be made here anymore. People are leaving. Because the hopes and fears here, it's just people are lying. People are lying. No one really knows the truth anymore. You can't find the truth about anything. You can't even find the lies with anything. It's just boring.
Mm-hmm.
You can't you can't catch lies and you can't catch truths because nothing's being said. How I want to acquit it is you're talking without saying anything. And that's what it's turning into. There is no game.
Nope.
There are no nuggets.
And what's worse, the people that she's trying to play with don't want to play with her. We're tired of the game. The game has gone on too long. It's gotten boring. So she may still want to play with us. She may want to tease people. She may want to get on her live streams and act as if she's throwing out hints that maybe she's going back to Canada. But Girl World doesn't care. Nobody's really getting excited because she keeps throwing out the hints and, oh, I might be selling my couch. I might be selling my treadmill. I might be selling my car, although you can't sell the car, Chantal, because it's being leased. Nobody's falling for it. Nobody's falling for the bait. You're throwing the fishing line out, but no fish are biting. Do you understand? Girl World doesn't want to play with you anymore. But the game is not exciting.
There is nothing to talk about.
No.
There's nothing going on. If nothing new is added into the equation, if there's no game being played, here's what I want to say. I don't know if anyone has watched, there's a video called Game Over, Rose Thorns React put out.
Oh, thank you.
And it's called The Game Is Over.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Foodie Beauty, Shantel, the leader of this game. It's like her game is all in secrets. It's knowing secrets, having secrets, talking about secrets, and hoarding them. It's like, I know something you don't know. Ha 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 ha. But here's the thing. Girl World doesn't have to play the game with Shantel.
Nope.
If Shantel doesn't play the game with us. Because how I look at it is, say you're playing Uno, and it's like every time, and it's like Chantal is just playing every card, is playing no cards.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't pick up, and like you're gonna have to, and like you don't have anything to lay on the pile. So you have to keep picking cards. Chantal won't put anything down. You got to keep picking cards. Chantal won't put anything down. You got to keep picking cards until you find something to play something down. If Chantal is not going to play the game, because she's like, I got all the pieces that I want, and I'm not going to put anything out, then you don't have to. If you can't play the game anymore because it takes two to play a game, then how does one do it? And that's what I'm kind of feeling here. It's like Chantal isn't playing the game anymore. So in essence,
you know what though? If she doesn't want to, if she's reached a place within herself, outside of herself, where she's tired, or she's lacking creativity, or she's just at a place where she can't think of anything else to make into a story arc, and she's in a place inside and outside of herself where she's not well, she's sick, she can't travel, she can't show us new places, she can't show us new things, she doesn't want to talk to people. If she's finally hit the wall internally and externally where she's got nothing left and she can't go any further, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Again, YouTube, Girl World, we will go on. We will evolve. We'll find other things to do. We'll find other people to react to or even not react to. There's many people in Girl World that are very creative. They have creative talents. They're funny. They're intelligent. They are great on the microphone. I mean, talented people. Maybe they started out reacting to Chantal and they cut their teeth doing that, but they can go beyond that. There's much potential in Girl World. If Chantal's hit the wall on her potential, we can go ahead and explore ours.
since Girl World doesn't have to play with her and they're kind of walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Because the unseen obstacle here, the star card reversed. Yeah, nothing's being revealed. You're losing your star power. Shantopolis is losing its star power. There's no money to be made here. Nothing's being sent. Nothing's being talked about. There's nothing here. The because everyone's going on a different direction. We want to start something new. We want new things to talk about. If there's nothing new, then we can't do it. The positive influence, though, here, it's the world card reversed for girl world. And that is, so it can be repeating new cycles or repeating old cycles. That's kind of what's going for them. But what I get here is more along the lines of, especially with this being like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde card, it's like we're just going to move on to a different person. It's like you're showing your ass. We just know you as this one person. There's no, if you weren't going to show us behind the camera and the in front of the camera anymore, you're just showing us this version of you, then there's nothing to see. So it's like, okay, so we won't move to the next version of you. We'll just move to something else. Because here in the past, it was fun. It was happy. There was things being exposed. It was a great time. People were having fun. But here in the future, someone's gatekeeping all the information. Uh, someone's gatekeeping it. That's the future of Shantopolis. Someone's just going to gatekeep the information. I'm not going to let you in. I'm going to safeguard everything that I've got. So nothing's going to come out. Okay. So with that, I mean, it looks like to me, girl world is kind of like, okay, so someone's gatekeeping someone or something is gatekeeping information. So I want to take a look. What's the general energy for Chantal and her energy regarding Shantopolis, aka her YouTube channel, and the communities surrounding it? What is her general energy around this? Uh, how does she feel? Is there excitement? Is there things going on? Does she even want to do it anymore? Like, I think that's a pretty fair question. It's like, does she even really want to do this anymore with a girl world and the such? Let's take a look at her general energy. Well, what's her general energy with it? I'm the controller of the community. I control where you go. You all essentially suckle off my teat. However, I say that because I'm avoiding the complete and utter collapse of the community. I'm the one who's doing that because you need to feed off of my negativity and the such. From a financial influence, though, here, material influence, she wants to go in a different way. She wants to do something different, try something new. I don't know what that is, but she can do what she wants to do. However, the hopes and fears, everyone's leaving. There's no commitment, there's no community. People are divorcing her channel. I think that's a big fear of hers right now because the unseen obstacle here, she's not letting anything out. She is keeping everything in internally. She's not talking about anything. She doesn't want people to know anything. And going back to the game, if you don't give anything, if you don't play a piece, Girl World doesn't have to put their pieces out either.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't play the game, there is no game. If she got joy in playing a game with Girl World, how is she going to get joy if she's not participating in the game? And if she's not participating in the game, then the people who are the other players in the game, why should they stay with the game, you see? So she's got to make up her mind if she maybe wants to just focus on the off YouTube stuff or if she wants to do the on YouTube stuff. Because Girl World is not going to wait around forever. It feels like with the Devil card that she is just rolling with absolute arrogance. It's like she's just taking her time over there. She's taking her time and her arrogance is in the driver's seat. She tells herself, I can make them wait as long as I want. I can be as boring as I want, as long as I want. And no matter how long I stay in Kuwait, no matter how boring I am, when I come back to Canada and there's a change of scenery and a change of plot and characters and side characters, it's going to make a big backlash. Maybe she thinks the longer she waits, the more views she's going to get when she finally comes home to Canada. As I said, Chantal, I would not be rolling with that entirely because you never know. You never know. You might wait too long. And then girl world gets to a point where it says, we no longer care. We're burnt out on the boredom. We're burnt out on just the blah. And we're moving on. And what are you going to do when girl world finds someone new? Because the moment that someone new is found and one person reports on that person, the next thing you know, all the reaction channels are covering that person. Whoever that person is, their sub count is going to jump up by a lot. A lot. And they're going to welcome the attention. And then you will lose all of the attention. So I know you don't like the reactors, and you said out loud, I wish that they would just all go away. But is that really what you want? Is that really what you're after, to make us all go away? Because what if we do? What if we all go away? Will that make you happy? Will that get you the attention that you desire? Will that get you the money? If girl world abandons you, and believe me, a lot of people are close to doing so because it's getting harder and harder and harder to hang on. If you're left completely alone, can you do things on your own?
And if no one's going to put pieces out, then no one has to play the game.
You know, I just had a thought in my head as far as the game that Shantel plays with YouTube. It's like a big giant game of whodunit. Anybody ever heard of the game Clue? Or maybe see the movie Clue? You know, like Miss Scarlet did it in the dining room with a candlestick. So it's like whenever Chantal does something crazy or she tells a lie, it's like a game of whodunit. And we're just trying to figure out the facts hiding amongst the lies. Well, the mystery game is missing. Nobody even cares about who did it or where it happened or when it or how it occurred. Nobody wants to participate in the game anymore.
No one is being forced to play the game with Chantal.
Like the game used to be who done it. Now it's nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And people can walk away whenever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And Foodie, if you're the only one sitting at the table playing your game, is it fun to play with yourself? I don't think so.
No.
Because the negative influence here, she does not want to reveal anything. She doesn't want to talk about anything. She doesn't want to say anything. She doesn't want secrets out because that is her only way of talking or keeping control. However, she is a very unstable person. And once people start reacting to someone else, so once everyone starts leaving, you know, when the toddler doesn't get their way, or when the toddler kind of goes and they start screaming and stomping their feet because no one's giving them attention and they lash out, there's Chantal. Because here in the past, you had to change. There's been a change in her vibe, in her channel, what she's doing, but here in the future, getting out of her comfort zone. This could also be like, I don't want to leave. So, because this isn't, when I see the hermit reverse, it's like, she's not leaving Kuwait. Okay, have fun staying in Kuwait, Foodie. We're going to see what's going to happen. What's the general energy, essentially?
You know what, Chantal? I know that you watch these tarot reacts. The excitement, the interest, it doesn't have to exclusively be in Canada. You can make things interesting in Kuwait if you want to. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. It's just that everybody has noticed when you go home to Canada, you are much more yourself. You're much more at home with things. You're much more familiar with things. People want you to be yourself, not the fake, phony version of yourself, which is what you've been in Kuwait. But you can be interesting in Kuwait if you choose. You're just choosing not to. That is why everybody's been yelling and screaming and hoping that you come back to Canada. They want to see you be yourself.
As if she stays in Kuwait, let's just see. If she stays in Kuwait, she doesn't change anything. What happens with the community? What happens with the community? Does it stay? Does it go? Does it utterly crumble? I'm curious. I hope y'all are curious because we're going to look into it. But yeah, she just doesn't want to say anything. And that's fine. She's entitled to not say anything. She doesn't have to. But again, it's up to her. What do you want? What's more important to you? What's more important to Foodie at this point in time? But let's take a look. What's the future of Girl World if Chantal doesn't, if the status quo doesn't change? Nine of Wands reversed. I mean, walking on eggshells, but also like these are wands and they're all kind of barring the way to like a new location, a different place. Seeing this reversed, I see the wands going away and a door opening. A door opening to a new location, a new place. Because there's going to be a new challenger on the scene.
Ooh.
A new challenger comes onto the scene. Nine of Wands reversed. The door opens, a new challenger is on the scene. Because people are burnt out financially. This group, the Shantopolis doesn't make money anymore. The community is gone. People are gone because we want to go commit to a different place. We want to go commit. We want to go find different people that we can cover. We want to go away. They want to keep the community, but the community can't stay as it is.
Right.
Door opens to another place because the unseen obstacle. People are going to not be in love with Chantal anymore. People are done.
Yeah, we're breaking up with you, Foodie. And it's not us, it's you. It's not us, it's you. It is definitely you. It's definitely your fault. If this is what's going on, where there's somebody new about to burst on the scene, if there's some new blood, if there's some fresh milk, I welcome it. I think it's time. I do. I think it's time. I think this train has gone as far as it can possibly go, but I have faith in the community that new people will come forward, more interesting people, and we will go on. We have that ability. We have the ability to adapt. We have the ability to evolve. There's creativity all over the place. There are people that are very talented. Like I said, why can't we evolve? The only person that can evolve is you, Foodie, because you do not change. You don't pay attention. You don't pay attention to how things are changing around you, inside you, and outside of you. You're not paying attention to all the comments from people about how boring your content has become and how discontented people are with it. You're not paying attention. You're rolling on arrogance and thinking that it can be that way. Okay, let's keep going.
That's the unseen obstacle here. It's Two of Cups reverse. It's like, we don't care. We're done. No more. No more loving bond. No more of this. We're kind of done. However, the opposing influence to all of this, the King of Wands. Well, here's Foodie being like, no, you have to stay. You are my subjects. You are
That's what she thinks. We are her subjects. Yeah, okay. We'll see for how long.
my people. However, we got new pastures, honey. We got other people we can go and cover. The positive influence here for the community.
And I can second that and I can back that up because if I'm not reacting to Foodie, I'll go find other people to react to. I'm just being really careful about what cows I cover from here. There is a criteria. I'm looking for a locale, not a horror cow. Someone who doesn't have any serious mental issues going on or under the influence of chemicals, someone who's not strike happy. I've got certain criteria that I'm looking for, and I got to make sure that the person is okay before I react to them. So I'm looking, y'all. I am being very, very careful, but I'm sure there are people out there, and they will be found, if not by myself, then others, and then it's gonna. Okay, I'm back.
Community. We have old stuff that we can go and look at. We have other things from our past that we can start talking about. I don't know if there is someone in the community that we've talked about in the past within Shantopolis or other reactors who might have been somewhat big that's going to maybe have some moments that people are going to go and react to someone else from the past, someone who hasn't been talked about in a while. Because here in the past, the Queen of Cups, we had the cup of plenty, we had the cup of fortune. That was here. But here in the future, there's different pastures. We got to go travel somewhere else. We have different people, different ways of making money, different people to cover. We're going somewhere different. Community, if Chantal doesn't change anything, is going somewhere else. We have different horizons to conquer, different people to cover, and the Three of Wands upright. It's like we have it's we are manifesting and going to a different person.
I already know my plans. If I'm not reacting, I've got a tarot channel already set up, and I've got a bunch of tarot decks. I can do all kinds of tarot readings, private and online. And all I need is like the little arm to hold on to the camera. I've also got 12 new tarot decks on the way here. So get out of the way, Chantal. I want to do tarot stuff.
As a whole community, I'm part of the community, so I include myself into this. If she does not change, people are gone. So I have a quick question. What happens if Foodie? What happens to her? What happens to Foodie's channel if she doesn't change? So that's the community. The community is going somewhere else. But what happens if the community isn't around Chantal? Like, what happens? I mean, some people might care, some people might not. But let's see. What happens if the community is gone around Chantal? Like, does Chantal actually kind of keep going with what she's doing, or does it kind of fall apart? I don't know. Let's take a look. What happens to Chantal's channel if the community leaves her? She has a different opportunity. It's the wheel. So just as things go up, things also go down. Why is the King of Pentacles? Interesting. If the community leaves Chantal, interesting. I'm gonna grab clarifiers for all of this. Completely different deck. Very interesting.
Hmm.
Who's messing with my cards? Yeah, who's messing with my cards? This is really. I mean, I'll read it. Interesting. I'm going to grab some clarifiers for all of these. This is a very positive spread for her. This is a very positive spread. I mean, good for you, Foodie, if this community leaves. But I don't know why I don't trust this. She's gonna be grifting her audience, and no one's gonna be able to call her out for any of this. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, someone's messing with my cards. I am definitely feeling this. Yeah. If the community leaves her, she turns into a complete fetish channel. She also, her health goes sideways really, really, really quickly. Because she turns into a complete and utter fetish channel, uh, where people will. She's just going to be doing all the fetishes that she possibly can. She will be constantly pooing. She'll be constantly doing the adult baby stuff. She's going to be constantly doing the feeder stuff and the such. And that's kind of what her good opportunity is here. But she's making this all very shadily. So essentially, she's running a feeder channel, a fetish channel on YouTube.
Didn't I call that out, y'all? Didn't I say that Chantal may have started out being Chantal, which led to the personality Foodie Beauty? But once she got wind of the fetish crowd and how much they paid, she was just doing everything in her power to turn her YouTube channel into a fetish channel, doing adult fetishes on YouTube, whether it was a feeder fetish, adult baby, exhibitionism, flashing, talking about bowel movements, poo fetish, you name it, she was going to do it. I mean, she's sort of kind of dancing with that right now. It sounds like it's only going to get worse. That if Girl World stops covering her to compensate, she is just going to go full hog and do all the fetishes she can think of.
uh, that she's going to be making money from once this community leaves. It's going to be a very niche channel. It's going to be all for her clients, essentially. So good for her. If that's what she wants, she can make herself apparently completely and the adult star that she's always wanted to be once this community is gone. So congrats for her. Because the Wheel of Fortune up, right? Good luck, good opportunity, money coming in. However, this is all going to be done shadily to her health, to her detriment. She's going to be having to do things that's very uncomfortable for her, all being made shadily. Because it's all based off of bad money, shady money, illegal money, with the King of Pentacles here. But she's going to make a lot of it. Because financially, she's going to be in control. However, she's got a lot. Doomed traveler. This is not going to be a long term thing. It's what I get once the community leaves her. She has about 4 months before her health just done. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I don't like to be morbid, but that's what I'm seeing.
And the live tarot reading that I just did, I saw that too. That she's trying to put a lot of irons on the fire. She's doing a lot in whatever stuff she does. She's taking on more of a workload, but she can't keep up the pace. She doesn't have the energy. She's just reaching for anything and everything to make money, and it's putting her body and her heart under a lot of stress. So she may triumph in the money she makes, but the price for making all that money in the way she's choosing to make it is worse and worse health.
Because also over here, the hopes and fears. Yeah, I'm gonna go to New Horizons myself. However, she's gonna be oppressed by them. She's gonna be weighed down by all these people coming in who are going to be. It's gonna be like 10 requests a day she's got to fulfill. So I mean, if she wants to keep fulfilling her the vice that she uses or the food that she uses to fill up the holes within inside of her to make her feel something good for her, that's what's going to be happening. Uh, Unseen obstacles here for her is the strength card, along with you meet in a tavern coming together. This is also her probably meeting up with more clients outside of YouTube, doing her adult film star stuff, in my opinion. Because the negative influence here, this is going to be her essentially being uh, sold out to PIMPs. Someone's going to be controlling this from an organized manner, a new journey that she's going to be taking that maybe she was not completely on board with to begin with. Her control is going out the window. She's going to get a lot of money, but someone's going to be organizing and managing her and taking a fee from that. She's not going to be able to do this by herself, it feels like, in my opinion. Because over here, the negative influence here, it's like, yeah, she's going to be ego driven, but also problems with the body. Again, her health goes do, 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 very, very quickly. Here in the past, I had a home base. I had people I was with. However, this is a bad deal gone bad. I don't know if she's gonna be able to stay in Kuwait much. If she goes full force into this, we will take a look into this. But here in the future, she's gonna be trying to run away from this industry. I also am seeing leaks to the internet with her doing all this adult film star stuff. When it comes to the request, to things that she's going to be going with, big news everywhere, along as well as a takeover from the inside, with the Two of Wands. So, whether or not she wants to keep Girl World around or not, secrets will be coming out. People will be seeing the adult film star nature of her, because that is where her channel will be going here in the future. So, whatever way she wants to go, that is up to her. But if she loses Girl World, she's going to go in this direction. That
So she's going to go from a dark path to a darker path, sounds like, to make up the money that she normally makes off of Girl World, to get the attention that she normally gets from Girl World. She's going to have to do more intense things.
That's going to get leaked out to the internet. So if she doesn't want this going out, well, I don't know what to do, honey. But it's coming out one way or the other, it seems like. So what are you going to do? You're going to go on the backs of Girl World, or are you going to go on the backs of your adult clientele? So that's what I'm kind of seeing there. I mean, you got good money coming in, but whatever. That's up to you. So, that's if you.
I would like to say this about that. If she goes that path where she's relying strictly on the feeders and other clients to make her money, there's a danger in that, Foodie. There's a definite danger. Let me tell you what the danger is. Uh, if you get too reliant on the feeders and the feeder money and you don't have steady, stable money coming in, understand that at any given time, those feeders or other types of clients, they could back away at any time. It's not steady, stable money. Steady, stable money is always better than spotty money. There's going to be periods of feast and famine. And can you withstand the famine if you go, say, a few weeks without any feeder request, or maybe more than a few weeks? Can you weather the storm? Like if you're looking for those sugar daddies out there, at some point you're going to run out of them. So, what are you going to do? What other path are you going to give yourself in case they don't show up?
You don't change your ways. So, looking here next, what happens if Chantal does change? Say she goes back to making money on YouTube, being a little bit of a drama channel and the such. What happens? What can she do? What happens? How does what happens with Girl World if she does make like she's coming back and doing a drama and the such. Let's see if she makes a change. If she makes a change, what happens with Girl World, and then we'll take a look at what happens uh with Chantal. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. What's going on with Girl World if Chantal changes her ways and does something different? What happens? Queen of Cups, cup of plenty, people coming in, a thriving community of people. However, they are burdened by a lot of stings. Is this a burden worth carrying? If she does change, cuppeth overfloweth with information, but it's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. 'Cause from a material sense, too, money will be aplenty. A lot of money will be made for Girl World. However, the entirety of Girl World comes crashing down. Girl World can either move on to something different if Chantal doesn't change, which is kind of where it's going now, or if Chantal does change, it comes crashing down on Chantal's terms. It looks like, in my opinion, here with the Tower card. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. Chantal can either take it down or she can have it move on and be successful somewhere else. What does she choose to do? Because the unseen obstacle here with it is they can make a lot of money, but they can make a lot of money covering other people as well. Sh- Girl World brings a certain notoriety. Girl World brings money to other people. They can bring money to this community. However, uh, the opposing energy here, here's the strength card coming up again. Girl World, ooh, ooh, ooh. This is also going to cause some internal fighting. I get from the strength card. We have a lot of people who are looking to like strong arm their way in. What's going on? Cups of plenty, new stuff coming in. A lot of people are going to be happy. However, we have been trapped. We have been waiting for a very long time for things to change in Shantopolis. But here in the future, it's going to be Judgment Day for Girl World. So here's what I would say. If Girl World would say if Chantal changes,
Mhm.
Shantopolis, this corner of Girl World, if Chantal changes, Chantal gets to dictate how Shantopolis ends. She gets to have control of that. People are going to make their money, but we'll take a look at what happens with Chantal if she changes too. But she gets to choose how Girl World ends. She gets to see the downfall. She gets to see how it implodes. She gets to see how the people fight against one another. She gets to see that and she gets to help direct that. if she continues with the way that she's doing, Girl World's just going to move on and continue on as it is, or the Shantopolis part of it. It's going to move
Sounds like she's got some troublemakers behind the scenes. They're going to try to get people to fight with each other.
on. Let's take a look. What happens with Chantal if she changes what she's doing? What happens? What happens? I'm curious, but that's just me. Let's see what happens. What happens if Chantal actually changes and turns back into the drama channel that we all know her to be? The strength. She's going to be the strength card. She is going to have the money coming in. She is going to be seen as strong. She is going to be the one that controls everything. She gets to be the entertainer of everyone. She also gets to have a King of Cups come back. She's going to get
Uh-oh.
emotional fulfillment. She's going to have
Uh-oh. I think I know who that is. And the thing is, if it is who I think it is, and I think you guys can guess who the King of Cups is to her strength card. The thing is, that King of Cups, he is not going to roll with her unless she's got the money, unless she can make the money. That person, he who shall not be named, that is the King of Cups. Oh, he'll participate in the drama, but for a price. He doesn't work for free. In fact, he's quite expensive. So if she wants to be Queen of Girl World, if she wants her King of Cups, she's going to have to pay her king to sit next to her.
have someone who she's always wanted
Yep.
to give money to, have potentially a relationship with, spend time with. From a financial influence here, though, the Nine of Pentacles reversed. She's going to spend a lot of money to keep people around, but she'd still get the emotional fulfillment of having some sort of loving bond. She gets to be the controller of that if she goes back to it, because her hopes and fears here is I'm going to make a shit ton of money. I'm going to make lots of money. However, the unseen obstacle here, if she changes back to a drama channel, she also kind of ends her channel. Like it's like it's explosive. It's
Mhm.
big. She is going out with a bang.
Yeah, it'll be the thing that makes her a lot of money at first, but it will also destroy her channel. Her beezers will be confused and mad because all this time she's been telling people, oh, he hurt me so bad. I'm an abuse victim. He did all these horrible things to me. And then if she pops up with him on her channel, will people talk about it? Yeah, they will for a little while, but at a cost. Her beezers will see her for the liar that she is. All this talk about I'm an abuse victim, I was a victim of SA and DV, they will finally see that she was a fake, phony victim, that it was all a lie, and a lot of them will leave her channel and not come back.
Lots of money, lots of fun, things going all over the place, and entertaining. And maybe it's going to be one last bout of fun.
Hmm.
Let's get some monkeys in a barrel and have some fun, right? Because here's the couple. Queen of
Yep.
Cups, King of Cups. Chantal, if she comes back and does the drama, she gets her relationship. She gets her loving bond that she truly does want.
Yeah, we can call that the I'll do what I want arc. Because at that point, she's going to throw everything to the wind and say, like, screw these fake, phony arcs. I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to go out with a bang. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go out with a bang because that's Chantal's style. I'll do what I want. No one tells me what to do. I'll do what I want. She'll go out with a bang. If she's going to go out, that's how she's going to go out.
She gets to be the one in control, the entertainer that everyone wants. What's going for her? She's also getting the cups of plenty. She's going to get emotional fulfillment, financial fulfillment, everything that she's truly wanted, she gets to have. Because here in the past, yeah, I've started a new cycle. She's going to start a new cycle if she does it. And then here in the future, though, the Knight of Cups reversed. She gets to gaslight. She gets to manipulate. She gets to do all the things that she really does want in the future. If she doesn't goes and turns into a drama channel. I mean, she gets to bring everything down and she gets to control it. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. And she gets the relationship that she wants. She gets some money from it. So that's what I'm kind of seeing there. And then I want to take a look at who's Girl World going to who's the potential person that Girl World kind of moves to?
Before we move into that, though, it sounds like, Foodie, you've got a choice. You're at a crossroads. Do you care about your channel? Do you care about your content? Do you care about your audience? Do you care about Girl World? And do you want to pump some more blood into your channel? Maybe go back to Canada, start things up with Nads again, and go that route? Or do you want to let Girl World go? And we'll find someone new to cover or other things to do. And you can just take the path of doing adult, sexy, fun time stuff for other people. If you take that path, though, it doesn't sound like steady, stable money. Again, there could be periods of feast and famine. It's not a steady income that you can count on. At some point, it's going to run dry. So do you want the darker, sexy, fun time path? Or do you want the Girl World path where you just go out with a bang and say, I'm going to do what I want. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's my life. We'll see. We will see.
Uh, Allegedly conspiracy, whatever. But let's take a look. I'm kind of curious. Like, who would Girl World kind of move to? Who would Girl World kind of move to if Chantal doesn't change her ways? Who does she move? Who do we move to? Ooh, we're just waiting for someone to pick up the sword. We're waiting. Someone's gonna pick up the sword. This is someone who's like, who are we moving to? Someone who's ready to have the sword and pick up the sword.
Nice.
And they are an entertainer. They are either an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. This is a fiery person, entertaining AF. It's like, I got directives, I got things I want to do. I'm ready to fight. And they're going to be a very strong. People are going to really like them. I'm seeing a couple people really like this is going to be a long. I'm seeing like 5-6 years. This person's around for. They haven't been around for a while. I don't know how long they've been around. A couple months. Oh, is it just a couple months? No, they've been around for. I hear 2 years. They've been around for like 2 years, and then like the community is able to really rally behind this person for like 6 more years, and they stay, they're united, they get to go, and they have a ton of fun. Again, this is if Chantal maintains her current course.
So it sounds like, Foodie, that there's another gladiator that wants to enter the arena and take your sword and pick up the fight where you don't want to fight anymore. Go ahead. So stay in Kuwait if you want. We need some fresh milk. We need some fresh blood. If you don't feel like fighting anymore, and if you don't feel like entertaining anymore, it sounds like there's somebody out there that they're ready, they're prime, they're ready to step up and do the doggone thing.
Because our hopes and fears, yeah, things are going to be coming down. Things are coming to an end. Things are coming down, crashing out, doing the thing. Community is like, okay, who are we going to? Hopes and fears. Well, this old thing is gone. Now we're going to a new thing. This person's a little messy. This person's actually a lot messy. It's kind of what I'm getting.
That's okay. We like messy. Messy's okay.
Just waiting for that person to pick up the sword. This person also might not have been around for a while. I think I know who this is. Potentially. I'll let things organically happen. But this person's messy. They crash out. People find them very entertaining. However, the unseen obstacle, the Wheel of Fortune, there is going to be a little bit of a hit in the beginning. This isn't someone everyone likes, but this is going to be where a lot of people start going to. It might not be the all of Shantopolis that goes there. It's going to be, what I'm seeing is 60% go towards this person. 60 to 70% of Girl World goes to this new person, but it won't be 100%. Is kind of what I'm getting here. Again, because the negative influence, it's going to be a hit in views in the beginning. Just saying. Um, with this new person, but it's going to grow, it feels like, over time. Because the positive influence, yeah, the old is going away. Also, is going to allow people to build up things in the new. This is going to be just a new person for Girl World to follow. Not everyone's going to know, because here in the past, yeah, here's the King of Cups again, and here in the future, 4 Wands, our new home. Girl World's going to their new home. We're just waiting kind of for the new person to pick up the sword. I think I know who this person is. They've been away from YouTube for a little bit. This could be a few people, but it's not going to be as popular with everyone. Some people are really into the horror cow aspect of Chantal. Some are into the low cal aspect of Chantal. And this person feels like, again, it's going to take about 70% of Chantopolis and take it to this new person, but or 60 to 70. I'm feeling closer to 70, but it's not going to take all of it. And that's going to be the really interesting part. And that's why I'm seeing kind of the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Again, it's going to be a hit to views, but there's still going to be views. There's still going to be money flowing as they get this new person that everyone's going to cover kind of up on speed. I give this about a year until like the community is like up and running full steam. Once it kind of, if Chantal doesn't change her shit, I give it about a year from May until the community is really back up and rolling. If Chantal though changes course with what she's doing, I mean, Chantal could go for however how long, and she gets to choose how Girl World collapses or Chantopolis collapses. But that's on.
I don't really see Girl World collapsing. I feel it will evolve. There might be a pause of, okay, Chantal is not something we want to cover anymore. What do we do now? There might be a pause. A lot of people might stop and think about, where do I want to go from here? What do I want to do? Like the world is my oyster. I can do anything I want with this oyster. I can take any path. So there might be a bit of a pause for everyone to choose the direction they want to go in and how they wish to evolve, but it will evolve. It will change for the better.
On her. If she wants to see the world, if she wants to see Chantopolis burn, she can choose to do that, because she can do that. But that's only if she changes. If she doesn't want to change, Chantopolis just transfers to a new person without
Right.
her. So that's what I'm seeing here. I hope this was entertaining, to say the least, as just some background information of what was going on. Otherwise, I really want to say thank you to everyone who's watched. If you want to leave an emoji, put a world or a globe, I would really appreciate the engagement. As if you like, comment, subscribe, share, any engagement on the video really helps it be seen in the algorithm and having more people see it. So I really appreciate it. Otherwise, if you want to book a personal reading with me or join YouTube members to see videos like this early, feel free, check it out, all in the description box down below. You can find those links there or below in the storefront. Otherwise, thank you so very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. So bye.
Thank you very much for doing that reading, Sunburst. Really appreciate it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that react. I enjoyed doing it. So if you want to check out Sunburst Tarot, look below in the description for the link for her original video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.